Hello, Cancers. Welcome to Lucy the Antigua Tarot and your reading for April of 2016. Okay, I have here an 8-card spread. The cards have been shuffled. The card in the middle is you. This is your energy. That's what this card represents, and everything else is going to be radiating around that. Start with the middle, your middle card here, which is really your energy, right? This represents you right here. You are about to do a most difficult part of a job or a journey or a relationship, or maybe you have just completed it. The thing is that in this card we have a young person, and he or she is being acknowledged for something very important that he or she has achieved. Okay, so it could be that you have completed something really important, and this card can also mean that it's also telling you that even though you are getting the recognition, to remember that these kind of things are short term, okay, and that you still need to go back and continue the hard work. So whatever it is that you want to do or you're working towards, the card is saying that you will get what it is that you're trying to achieve. Okay, you're going to get there. You're going to get to the other side of wherever it is you're going, and you are going to learn a lot of lessons from that. A lot of lessons, and you're going to gain a lot of experience. It is also saying that if you have already finished this important job, okay, it is saying that, okay, so fantastic, you've gotten the recognition. It was a challenge. It's telling you now it's time to step back and take a break. Um, Go out and treat yourself to something that you truly love to do, or that something that you truly love. Okay, now you're coming in with this energy, or your reading is coming in with this energy, Cancers. This is the Six of Pentacles. And as you can see here, the man is holding the scales on his left hand. And then he's got like some coins that he's handing out. See right there to these folks. Let's see if I can bring it up a little closer so you can see it. Okay. And basically, this card means equality and justice. But what's going on here is that here's this man who obviously has the ability to help others, and that is what he's doing. So oftentimes, what this card is saying is to judge honestly, to not judge people wrongly based on your conceptions of how you think things should be. For example, a lot of people, they'll see somebody on the street who needs help, and maybe they're asking you for money, and you won't give them any money because you think that they're going to spend it on, you're thinking that they're going to spend it on alcohol or on drugs, just because you can maybe smell their breath. You're just assuming. So it's kind of saying that to help people, but to not be so judgmental. Okay. Now it's also indicating to be proud with those things. Be proud of yourself with those things that you have achieved. And it kind of relates to this card, right? You're in the process of achieving, or you have achieved and you've gotten the recognition. It's telling you to be proud of that. So that's another energy that's coming in. And it could be telling you also that you have achieved or doing so well, perhaps, because this is money, these are coins, that maybe you should consider helping people voluntarily, do volunteer work, something along those lines. Okay. And it's interesting because it's the energy that comes in, and here it's the energy that leaves you. All right. And this is an interesting energy too. And we're going to be talking about this later, but these two cards, you see, there's that connection there. Okay, this comes in and it comes out. So I think the reading is in relation to work. Uh, okay. This card can also mean that maybe you will get some money from a settlement in a court case. Okay. But it might not be the amount of money that you expected. Okay. But it's telling you to go ahead and accept it. And to be grateful that you're getting any. That's what the card says. That's what this card implies. Okay, my dear Cancers. Okay, then you have the Five of Swords. Okay, now this is also a really dramatic looking card, very beautiful. It's the Five of Swords. So you can see that he's holding two swords. He's got one sword in the other hand, and then there's a couple of swords thrown there on the ground. It looks like they're in the beach area, and you can see like water over there. And the clouds, they kind of give you the idea that there's like a storm coming in. And this person here, if you look at his expression, let's see here. He kind of looks like he's like pretty happy with himself, and these people, it looks like they're just like not going to do the battle anymore. They're just walking away. So this person is the victor, but to what extent, right? So let's see what this card really is saying. So obviously, because it looks like there is a storm coming in, this card denotes mixed feelings and conflicts. Things at work may be getting a little complicated, okay? Or in a relationship. These are general readings. I usually don't do love relationships unless it starts coming up in the cards. And usually the cards will address if it's in regards to love. A lot of the cards do address that. This card is not addressing love, but it's mostly talking about mixed feelings and conflicts. Things may be getting complicated. Okay. Challenges at work. So it's saying to keep your calm, and that's what the sword symbolizes. Keeping your calm, watching out, uh, watching out, not watching out, but being really careful with how you communicate. Okay, because conflicts oftentimes that's where they begin, is with the communication. And swords are communication, words. Um, so it says to watch that, keep your calm. So because these are challenges at work. Okay, and it's kind of related to this one here, your Eight of Wands, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. But also, this card is right above you. See, so that's like pretty important to look at, to note. So that's why I think it is in relation to your work. Okay. Um, remember that not everyone just remember that not everyone's going to see things like you see them. Okay. Not everybody's going to feel the same way that you do about something. Okay. So what do, right? Well, control your words. That's what this card's telling you, okay? And then you have the Three of Pentacles, and this is a really cool card, and it's also in relation to work. Here you have an apprentice, and here are the masters, and they're admiring the apprentice's work. And there you have the Three of Pentacles, okay? So it is like you have possibly impressed and achieved and gotten the recognition for some great challenge or task that you did and completed, okay? And so now it's you know, this card is saying that you have um, entered a new stage in your development in regards to your career. It's a really positive card in regards to your career, even though there is some conflict going on. You know, you might want to just let it pass. Sometimes it's kind of a good idea, in my experience, to just step back and just let things play out, because eventually they will, and you really don't. I've my experience. I don't really have to do much. I just step back and just let everything just happen on its own, and it just seems to work out. Things kind of pan out eventually, and it's interesting because after this is what's coming in. So after these three cards, and after this conflict, and the fact that you are getting recognition, and that this card is telling you, this is somebody who's got a little bit of power. It could be your boss, you know, who's maybe helping you, or you could be in a position where you could help people. And it's right above your Rey de Bastos, your King of Wands. Rey de Bastos. El Rey. This is the king. The king, the supreme manifestation of the person who can handle the energy of the wands at a level of mastery, right? That is why he's the king. And he is a wise and positive king. Okay. And this is good energy for you. Okay. Because you have this going on. So you're getting this card. Okay. It's saying that this energy is either in your life already, and it's right in front of you. And maybe you haven't noticed it. See? You kind of turned away from him. But it's saying that yes, you do have this positive energy right there. This person, you know this person possibly. And this person knows you. And this person cares a lot about you. Or it could be somebody older with a wiser and more experience that's coming into your life. And this could be somebody who could be an advisor for you, somebody that you seek advice and counsel. It is an authority figure. Okay. And this person can help you develop your talents to continue further with your career. So it might be somebody, somebody here related to work, who's admiring, who's watching you. So it's telling you that this is a good person to seek counsel with. Okay, really awesome, awesome, awesome card. These two cards are really cool. Okay, and then following your center, you have the Eight of Wands, Cancers. And this is a beautiful card. If you look at here, it's like a barren, but there is some water and it's green. It's fertile. And then you have like these 8 wands just rushing in. You have 2 cards where the energy is just rushing in. Okay, the Knight of Swords also. So this energy is rushing in, and here you are, you just finished one really important aspect of a project, And it's the card is telling you, okay, but don't think that that's time to quit. You have to go back and continue working. And this could be what it's implying because it's right. This is what comes next. So that means you have to get back to work because you have to produce, uh, build something upon the foundation that you got acknowledged for here. Okay. The beautiful card. And it's coming in fast. And it's because it's a lot of things, little things that you need to do to start building upon that foundation that you've gotten acknowledgement for. But it's like a progressive building. You're doing great. Everything's moving forward here. Okay. And nothing's moving back. I'm not seeing any cups of, emotions or anything like that. It's all like just moving ahead in regards to your work. This is what I think is going on. Lovely. And then you have, as I said earlier, you have the Knight of Swords, which is also a quick energy. Look at that. He's just riding with the wind. And this means that something's going to happen suddenly, out of the blue. It's going to come at you when you're not going to be expecting it, and then there it's going to be. And it could be a trip, or it could be like someone. Now this could imply maybe a relation. Maybe you'll meet someone that you like. Maybe it'll be something or something, someone or something that you have been kind of waiting for a while now, for a long time. Okay, and so this card is telling you that if this is so, this card that comes up is telling you not to give up because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen fast. You're not going to, you're not going to know what hit you till it hits you, until, it's going to be so sudden. You're just going to go, what was that? Okay. Yeah, it's a lovely card. I love swords. And then after the swords and beneath you have your only major arcana, and it's beneath your center, and it's at the bottom of the last column, and you've got the sword, this energy coming in, you've got the world, and then you've got this card too. So it's really cool. You know, these this. And your two court cards are right here. Yeah, these are your two court cards. So let's look at the world. This is a really cool card. It's the number 21, so it's the last card of the major arcanas. There are 22 major arcanas in the tarot. And the first one or the last one is the Fool, which is the 0. It's the number that it has is the 0. And so it can be the first one or it can be the last one after this one. So this means completion. This is an energy that balances all the forces of life. The emotions, which is water. The words, which is air. Actions, which is fire. And the material, money, earth, this is earth, okay? Anything that has to do with the material world. So this is completion and balance of the emotion of the energies, okay? And that's what there's a lot more going on in terms of the symbological components of this card. See there, she's balancing, okay, doing the dance of life, and she's like, okay, the hangman of the tarot is hung upside down with one leg, and that's represents looking inward. This card, she is dancing, right? And this represents outward, outward reflection towards what's around you, what's happening around you. And it's a great card because look at this. You've got the conflict, and then there's you, and then there's reflection. See, everything's connected here. It's lovely. This is your your spread. This is how the cards were thrown to me, and this is what I am seeing. It's also telling you to see things as they are. You know, sometimes don't let this go to your head too much, you know? It's nice to get acknowledgement, and sometimes we can get all puffy with our ego. So kind of be careful with that, in my opinion. But, um, yeah, reflect, you know, take a step back. It also is saying to finish projects or trips or spiritual path searches that you might be doing. You need to kind of like work on completing those. Now, the major arcanas usually are energies that take a while to do. It's not like something that's like for here. You know that you have to organize stuff and it'll take you a couple of weeks or a month or 2 months depending on the project. This is more of a ongoing spiritual development kind of these cards. So it's a really cool card that you got this card, Cancers. Okay. So it could also mean that you're going through transitions and that you're learning. Okay. You have finished you've just completed a huge challenge. See? You've completed a huge challenge, and now it's time to make the transition on to the next challenge. And there it is, see? So here you are. That's why I think your reading is totally in relation to work and career. And here you have the Eight of Pentacles, and you can see the bench that he's working on, that symbolizes stability. And he's working very diligently, completely focused, and over there in the background far away there's this little town, and that really just means that he's kind of like, staying away from the distractions of people and just really very diligently working. Hard work, much effort. So it's saying that whatever you want, you need to work for it. You need to organize, right? You need to organize to get that work done. Okay? And it is a transition. Okay? You're moving into a new stage, okay? Of your career, perhaps. This is how I'm reading it. So see things as they are. And if you're not getting the results that you want, the things that you want, you might have to step back and reanalyze what it is you're doing and the effort that you're putting. It could be that maybe you need a little bit more training or education. Okay. Um, Sometimes also stepping back is a good idea, because it happens to me that I get so involved in the details of the work that I forget to remember. I have to kind of remind myself, okay, look, you stop and look at the big picture. What is it that what you're doing, what really helping you get to where you need to go? Maybe you need to take a different strategy. So stepping back and kind of thinking and analyzing and seeking advice. Remember, you've got this really lovely court card. Okay, Cancers. So that is your reading for the month of April. I really hope that it is useful for you and that it resonates in some way. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It is a general reading. Okay. But I am so glad that you came by to visit. And I wish all of you guys a wonderful month of April next to your loved ones. And I also wish you lots of peace for the month and look forward to having you visit me in May. Bye bye.